When I was younger, I used to always wonder about what was behind the walls and what made that light bulb come on. Today we're going to show you how it's done. You ever wondered why you pay an electrician so much? Well, here's what you do. First thing you're going to be needing, you're going to probably need a hammer, some wire nuts. I prefer impact, but you will also be requiring a screwdriver, wire strippers, wire cutters, or you can just go plain old-fashioned needle nose pliers. You'll need some wire, a lighting box, a light switch box, and a light fixture, and a light switch, and then the screws that go with it all. Okay, to start off, you're going to want to go ahead and take your electrical box. If it has nails, that comes in handy. You'll just go ahead and pound it right on until it's pretty well good on there. And then with your lighting box, you might as well go ahead and turn your board over and go ahead and take your screws that are used for it and then screw it in. If you'd like to pause at this time, you can. Now that you've securely put these two pieces on, what you'd like to do is probably take your screwdriver and your hammer and pop out some of these pieces, about like so. They go ahead and bust right on out. It's not a big deal if you get some stuff dropped. So just go ahead and bust them out. You might want it so that they're a little bit close to each other, because then you don't have to use quite as much wire. And if it is a stubborn like what I got here, you can go ahead and pause this video at any time. Alright, now that I just started with this, that you've got them all popped out, what you'll want to do is take your wire and go ahead and put it up in, before you put it in a box, go ahead and take a wire strippers and strip it off. If you're having issues, you can go ahead and try to pause the video at any time. Okay, now if you've got the wire, go ahead and have the ends opened up. Go ahead and stick it right on into your box, about like so. So it's nice and tight up in there. Remember, you'll have to be working with these wires in there, so make sure that you are able to get your fingers down into them. You want to take whatever your power source is, going right on into the same box as the light switch, which I have accidentally dropped here, but we'll go ahead and keep on going with this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your light switch. I'm using just a normal two-way light switch. You'll take your screwdriver, open them both up so you get the wire underneath. Go ahead and stick the wire underneath and get it so it's underneath there pretty good, so it has a good connection. Then tighten them up. Might take you a couple tries, but you'll eventually be able to get it. If you're having trouble, you can go ahead and pause it at this time. Okay, now that you've got the light switch wired up into the two wires, you'll take your extra two wires and place in a wire nut. Make sure that you use a big enough wire nut. If you have trouble with this, as you may, you don't want to feel rushed, so go ahead and pause it at any time. Okay, now that you've got that wire nut on there, you can go ahead and push that to the back of the box and go ahead and place your light switch up to the front, and then go ahead and put your next screws on in. I understand some of you guys aren't quite the handiest people, so go ahead and pause again if you need to. Now that you have secured the light switch in, you'll go ahead and move on over to your lighting source. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just wire nut both of them. You'll use one wire to one wire. Do not put them together. You'll probably end up having issues. And remember, if you get slow at this, you're free to pause. I'm not going to at this moment, so I don't have to have as many jumps, but hey, it should still be pretty pleasing to you guys. So now that I kind of keep on moving on here, we're going to go ahead and push those in there as tight as you need. You can pull the wire back out, and then go ahead and take your screws and go ahead and fix the light fixture onto it. And if you need help, you can pause at that moment. After you've securely fastened the light fixture to the box, was with using screws. I had to use tape, unfortunately, but it all gets the job done. You'll go ahead and place your light bulbs on in there. Make sure that they're nice and tight. Now the next thing you're going to go ahead and do is plug it on in, and I'd make sure that the lighting is off first. Nothing sparked or arced. Go ahead and turn on, and we have light. Okay, now that this is done, you have just learned how to wire up a light bulb using a light switch. If you had any issues, I recommend using a tester, and you just go ahead and go back through and keep on testing what you had done. Keep in mind that a real electrician would have used a yellow wire, but this is just a backwoods type of thing, so we do not need to keep all the codes up. And I still recommend calling your local electrician. And this should pretty well sum up any questions on what you had on what your electrician does. And if you're out on the farm, I suppose this could work too. Thank you.